Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Spiggs Gaming, and tonight I'm going to be playing Chapter 4, I believe, of Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, The First Cases. And, so sorry for the— you gotta be stinking kidding me. Okay, so I had, a lot of issues with my, game. I mean, not with my game. I'm trying to do like 5 things at once, and I apologize. So there we go. Okay, so I was having issues with my camera not working. It was not popping up. So I tried to fix it. I restarted my computer. I did everything I could possibly do, and it didn't work. So I was like, okay. But then I got that to work. I'm like, great. That's perfect. Sweet. Amazing. But then I couldn't get my Stream Deck to work, which if any of you don't know what a Stream Deck is, it's basically a device that I plug into my computer and I can change 2 different things. Like I'm using it right now to switch to this and then back to that. So it makes it easier on my end to be able to move things. I like to go back and forth to between scenes, muting myself, etc., etc. It didn't work. And I was like, this is stupid. Why is it not going to work? I am not even joking. I recorded for 2 hours earlier today and everything worked fine. And I'm like, this is so stupid. So finally, ooh, and it rains of course. Exactly. Okay, please let me know if you guys can hear everything. So, the Major has died. Don't know why, don't know how. I mean, we kind of do know how he was stabbed, but we don't know why he was killed and how he was killed in the sense of who did it. So we know basically everybody was in the room with us when it happened. But nobody had access to the room besides, what's his name? Archibald. There we go.
Anything I can do to help, Detective?
Your help and
Okay, I'm playing like 5 different games right now, so I'm getting the controls mixed up. Luckily it has it here. Everything sounds good. Thank you. Blackmail. Nothing I can do here. Wait, was there another thing there? Oh, talk to Archibald. Nope. But yeah, I'm currently playing like 5 different games, so I'm getting all the controls mixed up. A reasonably full ashtray. I would expect him to at least clean this out. Towel. Matchbox.
Oh.
I know I've already looked at all this. A scuffy-looking jacket is hanging upon the coat rack. The Major's scabbard? What does that mean? I've never heard of that word.
Anything I could...
I don't know.
Your help and
What game is
discretion in
it?
this matter are greatly appreciated. Order and method.
I haven't played this in a while, so I'm kind of having to get used to everything again.
Pieces of the puzzle.
The major's knife is missing and his body lies with the stab wound. It could very well be the murder weapon. Potential murder weapon.
Anything I could...
Your help and
I recorded more, the Propagation Paradise Hotel today. I recorded 2 videos worth, and, it was stinking amazing. Nope, not that. What am I doing? I'm trying to look up something. There we go. I got it. So, I'm trying to figure out what I have to do to get out of here. I'm trying to figure out what I have to do to get out of here because I don't know what to do here. That's weird. On here. Wait, what? This person isn't even... This person isn't even in this room when I'm watching. Okay, that's weird. Hang on. 'Cause I honestly don't know what to do here. I've looked at everything. I don't know what to do. That's not giving me any indication. Can't look at his body again.
oh.
Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds really fun. I may have to look that up after I'm done.
Ah.
A rather organized desk containing what looks like important documents.
Huh.
A normal-looking poker stand, nothing appears out of the ordinary.
I must act on thought. I must take a Another
Oh wow, I
success.
can't remember how she works. There is currently no way to rule out the poker being the murder weapon. The murder weapon remains a mystery. The killer, whose identity is still to be uncovered, must still reside in this house. Uh-oh. Yeah, my mom and my sister, like, and me, we all like to play, detective type games. So, it is very fun that we're all, like, trying to find new, like detective games. I was not expecting to have a murder case on my hands when I write, but this will merely be another test for the great Detective Poirot. It is. You would get a record how you put the evidence together. The rankings are brutal. Yikes.
Anything I can do to help, Detective?
I believe I've collected all the necessary information and evidence. I would now like to inspect his adjoining bedroom.
As you wish.
Okay. It is clear the reason for entering the major study was not to make haste with his valuables. What I must understand is if the intent for murder was there. The study has been manipulated following the major's death, meaning they had time to return to the scene and attempt to cover their tracks. The perp entered through the bedroom. Perhaps there is something they failed to clean up behind them that can make sense of all of this. I should review what clues the study yielded before I continue. If the killer still resides in the house, I must approach everyone with not only caution, but suspicion. Gotta inspect this room now. Another letter addressed to the major. It appears he has someone looking out for his business concerns with the worker strike. I must review the information I've gathered from the guest today. From each guest today. There may be something that will help reveal the identity of the letter's author. Drinks globe? What? I wonder how many travel expeditions have been planned while enjoying the contents of the globe. The ranks goes to A+ to F. Basically, it's a test score. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. Well, it sounds fun. Note: a rather threatening letter has been penned, addressed to Major F. Hagen. I did not think I would ever find myself writing a letter such as this, but under the current circumstances, I see no other option. Madame Venenbosch and I have been friends for more years than I care to say. That is why I can no longer sit back and allow your bullying to continue. I am well aware of the companionship you have offered to my girlfriend over the years. It has been most generous, and without it, I care not to think what would have happened to her, but that does not give you the opportunity to act in such a foul and boorish manner. The day the Viscount passed, I promised that I would protect both Cassandra and Angeline, and it is a promise I will keep. You were once a major in the British Armed Forces, but your actions have mirrored that of drunken fools who hold no place in society, let alone Madame's house. Please do not bother yourself with the response. There is not a question that requires an answer, only a hope that you see your your errors and adjust them accordingly. Interesting. Yikes. The author speaks of bullying, and although no specifics are noted, any form of that treatment towards a woman is not acceptable. Woohoo! I like that. Okay. Ooh. Open drawer. It seems Madame Venenbosch's heart is a trophy worth fighting for. I hope you excuse my bluntness and plain speaking, but there is a matter regarding Madame Venenbosch that requires not only our attention, but a level of understanding and respect between us both. I am fully aware of the help that you have offered to not only Madame, but her family and household. I am also aware that you know of the assistance that I have given to Madame and the Viscount before her. We were friends and business partners, and I felt it my duty to continue to give aid and keep the Venenbosch name at the standing that it has always been. Having said that, it is not always as simple to keep a personal matter separate, and this is how I find myself today. Cassandra and I share a bond that one does not experience often in their lifetime. No doubt you have felt similar, but what may be... Okay. It's rather bold to have a challenge the major, as I have, especially with this position at the house. Okay. Okay, look at that. Ooh. I can't even read what that says. This could be the weapon that brought down some of the impressive animals that now fill the walls. I'm not sure how I would fare coming face to face with such beasts. I would freeze.
Oh.
Plants lean and rely on each other to survive. Something we as a species could take a lesson from. Ooh, I can make 3 links already.
What a revelation.
Margot was quick to speak of her protection over Cassandra. She must take this role very seriously. Uh-oh, that means she's a suspect.
Come, my little gray cells. I cannot see the logic in this. Magnifique.
The only other Union supporter I know that is passionate enough to write such a letter, Monsieur Gideon. Uh-oh! Gideon is a suspect. Where's the cursor? That was weird, I couldn't find it.
This will not get me any close. Is there something I am not seeing? Come, my little gray cells. Some would say a lucky guess.
If there is something between Ernesto and Madame Benenbosch, Archibald will surely know of it. Talk to Archibald. Let me check this one.
Certainly. What do you need?
What do you know of the Major's relationships with the guests?
The male guests, I believe, he knows in a business capacity. But I'm afraid that's all I know.
You are
Oh,
talking
sorry.
from personal experience of working for him.
I am head butler to the Van den Bosch family in their home. He has made himself comfortable, but to me he still remained a guest.
Interesting. Do you know much of the Major's time in the army?
There's not much I couldn't tell you. As soon as he found out my father was in the army, his stories never stopped.
I'm sure an officer of his rank must have many a tale.
A tale is a fitting description. Not so much a pinch of salt, more like a bag is needed listening to them.
Ooh. What can you tell me about Monsieur de Silva, the Major, and Madame Vandenbosch?
You've lost me, detective?
I struggle to believe they were both helping her out of the kindness of their hearts. Could they have been fighting for the Madame's affection?
Ah, that didn't take you long to spot.
Sterling's lack of real response gives me the answer I require. Yep.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
I can make a link.
This will not get me any. I should not be surprised by my.
Now I know of Ernesto's feelings towards Cassandra, he must be the one behind the letter.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
It seems the guests were not fond of the Major. No, it's not hard to...
I must act on thought.
It wasn't, that's not such a big leap. No, you can tell nobody liked him.
Is there something I am not? I must take a different. Another success.
It's highly possible one of the guests is behind the murder. This warrants immediate investigation. I would have said that from the very beginning. Based on the evidence seen in the Major's study and bedroom, as well as what I have learned from speaking with the guests, Monsieur de Silva, Comtesse de Vos, and Monsieur de Mere warrant concern and further investigation.
Certainly. What do you need?
There is nothing further for me to investigate in here. Would you kindly gather the guests for me?
As you wish, detective.
It seems there is no simple explanation of what happened here. The Major's popularity amongst the guests does not seem very high. There are still many questions that must be asked. Chapter 4 already? I guess Chapter 3 was kind of a short one. I started it in my last time I played this. Chapter 4. The interrogations. Ooh.
The guests are waiting for you, detective. I informed them of what has happened, but divulged no details.
Thank you. There goes my opportunity to catch one of them off guard. No matter, I have more than one weapon in my
I am
armory.
most grateful. Madame van den Bosch is here also?
She's in her room with Miss Angeline. It may be better to speak with them privately tomorrow.
Oui, merci. I shall come find you again once my questioning is complete.
The guests' alibis are my priority. Once I can what am I? Oh my gosh! Once I can confirm their whereabouts this evening, I can understand who had an opportunity. I have my lead suspects from the evidence at the scene of the crime. Perhaps those will change after speaking with them all. All right. Let's go around the room.
I'm afraid our conversation is of a more formal nature this time.
So the Major was murdered?
It appears so.
Mm-hmm.
You can't think that I did it, though.
I will be questioning everyone over the course of the evening, and your cooperation will certainly speed up that process.
Besides speaking with me, tell me about your movements before dinner.
I was here in the salon, minding my own business, enjoying my own company.
Minding your business from whom?
Comtesse, what's her name, and my brother. Apart from wanting to congratulate him for a great right hook, there was nothing I had to say to him.
Comtesse de Vos? And they will both confirm you were here?
If she had taken a moment to notice anything besides herself, she will tell you I was here the whole time.
Oh! You jerk!
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
You jerk! That was rude.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Beckers. Merci for speaking with me.
Monsieur Poirot, or should it be Detective Poirot now?
Mm-hmm.
Detective Poirot is perfect. Merci. I would like to begin with a few questions.
Go right ahead, Detective Poirot.
Can you tell me where you were prior to the murder? I mean, to the dinner.
Great pleasure in seeing the Major's ego as well as his face take a bruising. And then I made my way to the library.
Well, you spoke with Mademoiselle Conrad.
Yeah, he
And
did.
yourself? Yes.
Yep.
We were the only two that you spoke with.
One of the servants brought me a drink and I was telling her about the benefits of joining a union. She didn't understand what it truly meant to be a part of something. Something bigger than just her. I was trying to explain to her how...
Monsieur.
Oh, yes, it was just the two of you and the servant.
Strange that he does not seem to recall seeing also the silver in the library.
And you are sure there was no one else present?
I'm not sure what you're getting at, Detective. You were there.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
Interesting.
Monsieur de Silva, merci for obliging me.
A detective comes to a party and a dead body shows up. Coincidental, don't you think?
Oh yeah, this guy. I hated this guy. He's a jerk.
A man's death is not a matter to joke on, monsieur.
Yeah.
Who said anything about a joke? I am saying what I see.
Dang.
Then perhaps you can tell me what it was you saw this evening.
Where were you prior to dinner?
Following whatever that was in the hall, I moved to the library.
Is there anyone that can confirm that?
How was everybody doing tonight, by the way?
Miss Conrad and Beckers were in there, arguing about something. The books held my interest far more than their conversation.
You did not speak with them until dinner was served?
I had no reason to get involved with their little spat. It was clear they didn't want me to hear, and that suited me just fine.
Merci for your cooperation. Monsieur Demir, I am sorry your celebrations have taken a rather dark turn.
As am I, Detective. I hope we will be able to bring this investigation to an end post-haste.
With your cooperation, I will do my very best.
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Besides your time in the hall, where were you before we were summoned to the dining room?
I was here in the salon. I thought I would have a moment of peace to calm myself, but the Comtesse and my brother followed behind.
Did they inquire into the reasons behind the fight in the hall?
I think they both saw it as some light entertainment, more than anything else.
The Countess does not strike me as one to enjoy violence.
And not so much violence, but karma for the Major, perhaps. You did not hear how he spoke to my wife-to-be. She is still rather upset about the whole thing.
Ooh. So I was right. The Major did say something about his wife, and that's why he punched him. Way to go, Gideon. Yes.
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further. Countess, I am sorry our next conversation must be under such formal circumstances.
It is not the first time Felix has ruined a good party.
Dang.
The current state of tonight's celebrations is the least of my priorities, Countess.
Well, it's at the top of mine, detective. I did not come here for a wake.
Perhaps then we should proceed with my questions and you can get back to celebrating.
It would be my pleasure, chérie.
We spoke earlier. Did you remain here in the salon until dinner was served?
I did. I thought by staying in one place, it would be easy for the staff to bring me my drinks. How wrong I was.
And who else was present in here?
The handsome groom-to-be and his brother, although Zachariah, is it, made a rather sharp exit at one stage.
Oh, he didn't say that.
Did he say where he was going?
He barely said 2 words to either of us. I think he was more concerned with his drink.
Well, yeah. Another to notice, Monsieur Demir's drinking, and yet no one seems concerned.
Merci, Countess. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
Jackie.
Mademoiselle Conrad, I am sure you understand the delicate nature of the situation.
I knew I had seen your face before. You were just an officer when that story hit the paper.
You have a très bon memory, mademoiselle. That was a long time ago.
She does. She does.
You can't escape the past, especially when you go into something like that.
That is very true, but one can learn from it and create a better future.
What would you say to an
Please, mademoiselle. Catching the Major's killer is my sole concern right now. Now, if you would be so kind, I have some questions for you.
Tell me about your evening since your arrival.
I arrived, unpacked my bags in my room, and made it downstairs just in time to see the Major take a right hook from Gideon. And then I went to check out the library.
And you were joined by Monsieur Beckers.
And Ernesto, or Monsieur Silver, as you say. But after he ignored my attempt at pleasantries, I left him to his book in the corner.
And your conversation with Monsieur Beckers that I interrupted.
You are a persistent one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Makes sense now I know who you really are. You'll just have to wait and read about it in the paper like everyone else.
Aw, come on. Jackie still remains tight-lipped about her discussion with Beckers, but a hint at reading about it in the newspaper makes me believe it may be of a much grander nature than I expected.
You have been most helpful. I request you do not go too far. Merci.
Okay, I'm gonna go look around. See if there's anything. Do I have to look at anything? Nothing. I don't think there's anything I have to do. I already looked around the rooms. Alibis, I have 6.
The pieces of the puzzle.
Jackie and Hugo confirms each other's appearance in the library.
I cannot see the logic. Things are beginning to be...
Margot claims that Zachariah stepped out of the room, but Gideon did not mention it. Was his missing time accounted for?
I should not be surprised by...
Margot and Gideon confirm each other's appearance in the salon.
not get me any closer. Is there something? Magnifique.
They confirm each other's appearance in the library.
I must act on thought and order and method. I must take a different approach if I am to. What a revelation.
There we go. Hugo failed to mention seeing Ernesto in the library.
Some would say a lucky guess.
They confirm each other's appearance in the salon. Okay, so I have to talk to Hugo and talk to Zachariah.
Whatever you require, detective.
Your story of tonight's events.
I know you are probably used to dealing with criminals, but not everyone is trying to hide something.
I hope for your sake that you do not hide anything from me.
What is it you think I'm hiding?
I struggle to believe you did not know of Monsieur da Silva's presence in the library.
Is that what this is about? I saw him hiding in the corner, pretending to read. I'd be surprised if he even could. I did not speak to him, and he certainly didn't make any attempt to speak with me.
Monsieur Demir invited you here to speak with him. You didn't see that as a fitting time too?
I was speaking with Jacqueline, and quite frankly, I was in no mood to be dealing with that man.
Beckers is courageous and full of vigor in his planning, but his execution does not share such confidence.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
The voice acting for this game is really good. Some are better than others, of course.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
But your version of events.
I told you already. I was here in the salon.
And you did not leave even once.
Well, I had to use the bathroom. I didn't realize I had to update you every time nature called.
You may keep your calls of nature to yourself, merci. And then you returned to the salon.
If you don't believe me, ask Archibald. He saw me on his way up to the study.
Okay.
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
Can make a link.
I cannot see the logic in. Come, my little great. I cannot see the logic. Magnifique.
Hugo and Ernesto not confirm each other's appearance in the library.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Hugo, Ernesto, and Jackie support each other's versions of events. Someone else must be responsible, surely. Talk to Archibald. Okay. Go talk to him.
Can you confirm seeing Monsieur Demir in the hall this evening?
Zachariah, yes. I was on my way with a bottle of whiskey to the Major. He shouted a rather ignorable greeting to me and asked for directions to the bathroom.
I presume you showed him the way?
Aye, detective. I showed him to the hall bathroom. I didn't think it was wise to attempt the stairs, not in that state.
No. Okay, so make a link now.
Is there something? This will not get me any closer. I must take a different approach. Some would say a lot.
Archibald confirmed Zachariah's movements out of the salon, however brief.
What a revelation.
Gideon, Zachariah, and Margot were all in the salon, at least for some time altogether. Surely someone else is to blame. Even with some minute differences in stories, the guests all confirm each other's alibis. It is not the outcome I was expecting or perhaps hoping for. Dang, so what do I do? Everybody's accounting for everybody's alibi. Come, let us solve this mystery. That did not yield the result I desired. Perhaps a more direct approach, considering their potential motives, will reveal more. So I've talked to all of them again.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
Did you speak with the Major this evening?
Why would I? I've got nothing to say to him. Except maybe to keep his hands off what is ours.
What is yours that he could want?
Money, of course. Why do you think he has been suckling at the Van den Bosch teat for so long? He's bled them dry, and now they will all do the same to our money.
Our?
My father's, Gideon's, it's all the same.
I get the sense you and Monsieur Gideon are not the closest.
When you have not been on level playing fields for years, it's hard to have a fair game.
Interesting.
I am afraid I do not quite understand.
If we're playing golf, he has a full set of clubs and a caddy in the form of my father, and I have the old split putter. Make sense now?
Perfectly.
There is certainly some hostility towards his brother. This runs much deeper than brotherly rivalry.
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
Whatever you require, Detective.
How do you know the victim?
I know that I don't think, or didn't think, a great deal of him. I'm just sorry I didn't get the chance to tell him what I thought.
The man has recently been murdered.
Someone must stand up to men like him, with their crooked dealings and lack of, well, any compassion at all.
Another rousing speech, monsieur.
It's the truth. If you knew what I know, maybe he wouldn't be dead, but behind bars instead.
Your connection to the family is through Monsieur Demir, right?
Yes, Gideon invited me. If you will recall from our previous conversation, we have been working together and he thought now would be a good time to discuss matters.
To discuss business at the celebration of his engagement?
We're all here, so what better time? He thought Da Silva might even let his guard down, if he was in a more jubilant mood. It would be wise to not continue to ignore us any longer.
And what business was it that was so urgent?
We're trying to resolve the worker strikes. It has gone on long enough. Now is the time for him to listen to our demands so we can put an end to it all. Put the violence and upset behind us.
You seem to hold a certain level of, shall we say, anger towards the Major.
Anger, yes, but that's all. I wouldn't kill a man.
You must see why this leads me to have suspicions.
You can't honestly think I did it. I am a man of peace. I make changes with words, not with violence.
I barely mentioned the Major, and Beckers became rather flustered and defensive. So, are there plans for a negotiation with Da Silva?
I am fighting for the basic rights of our workers, nothing more. If he can't see that, he is a lesser man than I already thought.
And where does Monsieur Gideon fit into the negotiations? And his brother?
His brother? I didn't even know he had a brother until I arrived here. Gideon certainly hasn't talked much about him. I get the sense there's not much love lost between them.
When was the last time you saw the Major?
Last I saw, he was outside having a cigar.
Oui, I spoke with him myself, but that was some time ago.
Yeah.
He does love a cigar. You'd have to stand out in those conditions. I could barely see him through the snow.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
And talk to everybody again.
More questions? I suppose so.
Oh, dude, shut up. Can you tell me more about your relationship with the deceased?
Felix, I didn't know him that well. We spoke a handful of times. I met him through Cassandra, I thought him to be rather pompous.
But you remained polite, as any gentleman would.
Of course.
The negative opinion of the Major is rather... don't know how to pronounce that word. I am yet to meet someone with a particularly positive view of him. Well, yeah, everybody hated him. Why don't you tell me more about your relationship with Madame Vandenbosch?
What is there to say? She's a remarkable woman, and I admire her. Even after Edwin's death, she held herself with such poise.
It sounds as though you hold her in the highest regard.
And why shouldn't I? Women these days could take a leaf out of her book on how to present themselves.
You said you have talked with the Major a few times. About what exactly?
He had approached me about doing some business together. I like to know who I'm getting into bed with first.
And you both went ahead with your business venture.
Not so much a business venture, more security related. But there is no need to discuss that any further.
Is there something you wish to remain hidden about your partnership, monsieur?
It was far from a partnership. I hired him to run security at my factories. If the workers were going to get violent, I wanted to make sure I was ready to protect my property.
Ooh. Both you and the Major have been very supportive of Madame Vandenbosch over the years.
That is correct.
And the reason for your support was always of a purely platonic nature.
If you're trying to insinuate that I was expecting something in return, you can remove your head from the gutter.
Jeez.
I meant no offense. I'm only trying to understand the dynamic of your relationship.
I may need to approach this in a different manner. Perhaps I should speak with the Comtesse on this.
Merci for your cooperation.
Got 3 more.
No trouble at all. How can I help?
With the joining of your 2 families and the Major being around so much, I assume you knew him well.
I knew of him more than actually knowing him myself. In the past, he made his feelings towards my brother and I quite clear.
And that was not in a positive way.
I certainly wouldn't call trying to get Angeline to postpone the engagement positive.
Oh. I spoke with your brother earlier. He was certainly enjoying himself.
What do you mean?
I do not mean to pry. Only I imagine the whole room was aware of his celebrating with a bottle.
You must be mistaken. Neither my brother nor I drink.
Dude, you're so wrong. I do not know how you could not have noticed the state his brother was in. Perhaps one does not see what one does not want to believe. How is your relationship with your brother?
We aren't the closest. But what brothers are?
I would argue that many are.
We've lived very different lives. Our priorities are different. He does not see things the way I do. There isn't much more to say.
There is clearly more to uncover here. I shall return to the matter when I have the fuel that is required to get the answers. I'd like to ask you about your work with the Union.
I have lent my voice to some discussions. I have tried to facilitate meetings. Just positive support.
Does that positive support include sending letters to those on the opposing side?
Detective Poirot, I'm not sure what you think I have done.
Monsieur, a letter has been found threatening the Major of what might happen if he does not act promptly, and now he has wound up dead.
You think my sending him a letter, warning him not to get involved, means I murdered him?
At this time, it is certainly reason for me to be suspicious.
I have been funding the strikes, Detective. These men deserve fair treatment, and a wage that fits the hard work they undertake every single day. The Major didn't see that. All he cared about was the money for his services, and that is all I care to discuss.
It appears Sewer's letter was at least written with noble intentions, but he's so hesitant to talk more on the Major's association.
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
I am all yours, detective.
Did you ever speak to the Major about how he treated Madame Vandenbosch?
Why would I actively choose to speak to that wretched man?
Oh. Dang.
You were quite adamant of your protection of Madame. If he was as awful as you portrayed him to be, there must have been some words spoken, or perhaps written?
He was quite aware of how I felt towards him, and the lengths he has gone to remain close to the family. That is all that needs to be said.
I must admit, I would not want to be on the receiving end of your tongue's wrath, Countess.
Wise thinking, detective.
I'm sure you haven't noticed Madame Van den Bosch is absent.
I imagine she will have shed a tear for him, but she should not waste any more.
You don't think she would? Or you don't want her to?
I have made it quite clear what I think of that man, alive or dead. I would not want her to waste anything further on him.
Jeez. I don't know who has the sharper tongue, Madame Van den Bosch or the Comtesse. It is certainly a close race for first place. What of Madame Van den Bosch and Monsieur de Silva's relationship?
What of it?
Do you believe there was something more to their friendship?
As I have said, detective, I am not one to gossip.
I would not even consider your name and that word in the same sentence.
Because it is not gossip when it's the truth.
Okay, I'm not sure that that is exactly correct, but the Comtesse has made a bold attempt to justify her wagging tongue.
Why else do you think he would stay around for so long? Yes, he was a friend and partner to the Viscount, but it is plain to see it is Cassandra's partnership he longs for.
You have explained that the Major was trying to remain close to the family, but not why.
He was a disgusting leech that was driven only by money and power, like most men.
I can assure you not all men are concerned with such egotistical wealth.
That may be, but they are few and far between. I believe you are a special case, Detective Poirot.
Oh.
It is not the first time I have been described in such a way.
Embrace the compliment, Detective. You have set yourself apart from the horrid crétins that seem to somehow make their way into positions of authority and power.
And that is what the Major was doing? Using Madame Van den Bosch as his ladder to the top?
You are finally seeing the man he was. A weak and self-indulgent social climber.
Yikes. The Comtesse has certainly opened my eyes to the Major's true ambitions with the Van den Bosch family. I wonder if Madame herself is aware of his greed of his greed and hunger for social recognition.
Merci, Countess. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
Last one.
You came to the right place. What do you need?
What did you know of the victim?
I know that he was not the good and honest man he liked to think he was.
Yikes.
In what sense?
If you spoke to him for longer than 5 minutes, you'd know. I've met people in dark alleys I trust before him.
And on the occasions when you did speak with him, what was discussed?
I'm sorry, Poirot. If you're looking for a deep-seated secret between me and him, you're going to be disappointed.
Yikes. Jackie is wise to the nature of this question. She knows exactly what and what not to say. This nut may be harder to crack than first expected. As you were previously speaking with him, I assume you know Monsieur Beckers as well then.
That man has got some real anger issues. I get why he's frustrated. He's trying his best for the workers, but holding on to rage like that, something's gonna burst.
A man suppressing his anger and a murdered body. The most amateur detective could see a connection. Ooh. You seem to know a great deal about everyone. What can you tell me about Monsieur de Silva and Madame Van den Bosch?
If you think you can use me as some sort of gossip machine, you are sorely mistaken.
Jeez, nobody's willing to help me at all.
I can assure you it is not a case of gossiping. At this point, everything may be relevant to my investigation.
So I would be helping you potentially solve a crime? You should have said that off the bat. To say he's smitten is an understatement. I reckon he's been wanting her for years.
I was thinking that too, but geez.
I see. Madame does not feel the same?
Doesn't look like it. If she did, she would have said something about it, right?
True. What are your thoughts on the on the Comtesse, I'd appreciate your opinion on her.
I don't know if you really would. She's got a mouth the size of Texas, except when it comes to truths about her. She wants everyone to think that she's the savior of these girls at the shelter. But there's a side to her I don't think anyone gets to see.
Yikes.
And what side is that?
One that she is keeping tucked away under her very expensive dress.
I can openly see the work at a women's shelter as positive, even if the reason to start came from a selfish place. The work they do cannot be scoffed at.
You have been most helpful. I request you do not go too far. Merci.
Okay, so I think I have a lot to... I can do 2 links.
I must act on... Come, my little... Order and method. Things are beginning to be...
Hugo claims to have calmed down since his argument with the Major, but Jackie disputed this.
Is there something I am not This will not get me. I must take a different... Another success.
Perhaps Ernesto has hidden his secret love well. We can use this to our advantage. Okay, so I have to talk to Ernesto, Margot, and Zach.
I am all yours, detective.
Push on the Major's aggression towards Cassandra.
Countess, you gave me the impression the Major and the Madame were close. But there were times where he acted rather aggressively to her, n'est-ce pas?
I am sorry, detective, but I did not mean to give you such an impression.
I've already built a rapport with the Comtesse. Some may even say it is in a flirtatious manner. Perhaps if I continue to charm her, she will reveal the information I require. Flattering. It is obviously I who am mistaken. A fine woman of your stature would not purposely lead a young man astray.
Ever the charmer, detective. I would talk more on it, but I'm afraid Cassandra would think I am talking about her behind her back.
The Comtesse has something more to say, but she still holds back. Something tells me it is more to do with receiving attention. Perhaps I can use that to my advantage. You obviously care a great deal about Madame Vandenbosch. Assisting me will help clear her of any wrongdoing. That is what you want. That is what you want for her, isn't it?
It is not often
Dang
I
it.
am swayed so easily. I applaud you on your willingness and persistence. From day one, I was wary of his intentions. And it was not long before he showed his true colors.
Ooh.
If it is a tear she sheds, it should be one of joy that he is out of her life.
Yikes.
I understand your feelings towards the Major, but perhaps there was...
He was a bully. He took his shortcomings out on her, and she sat there and accepted it. I never thought I would see the day. Perhaps now she will be able to see the man he truly was. Karma will always catch up to you.
Yikes.
Merci, Countess. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
Okay, so I have to talk to Ernesto and Zach.
More questions? I suppose so.
Man, this guy's getting on my nerves. Apologies for the insistent questions on the subject, but you and Madame Vandenbosch.
Mademoiselle Conrad was quick to talk of your hidden feelings towards her. Perhaps only hidden to Madame Vandenbosch herself.
What has this got to do with the Major's death? Does Cassandra know you have spoken to others about this? I have only tried to help her.
I am merely asking the question. There was no reason to panic. It would greatly help me if you would answer honestly.
There may be some feelings there, but Madame Vandenbosch does not know of them, and I trust that it will remain that way.
Yikes.
Merci for your cooperation.
And then Zach.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
Your relationship with your brother, it seems everyone has an opinion.
That doesn't surprise me, and yet no one actually asks.
I am asking now.
I should have expected that, shouldn't I? What is there to say? We used to be close, but not so much anymore.
I would find it very helpful if you could at least elaborate on your relationship.
He went to school, got an education, and was the apple of our father's eye. I went to war. See the difference now?
Asur has again mentioned his time in the war. While I do not mean to belittle his efforts for his country, it seems as though he has not been able to leave that life behind on the battlefield. What do you know about your brother's work with the Union?
If you want to know about Gideon's part in the Union, why don't you ask him?
So, you are aware of his support for them?
Yes, well,
Oui, monsieur?
it'd be best to just ask him.
He either does not know much of what his brother does, or is protecting him rather coyly.
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
Interesting. Talk to Gideon.
I cannot see the logic. I must act on. Come, my little gray cells.
Oh.
The pieces of the
He claims not to be close to his brother, but still seeks to withhold information about him. Talk to Gideon. It was weird, I clicked it.
No trouble at all. How can I help?
I'd like to talk more about your brother.
I believe there are more important matters at hand than talking about my brother and I's relationship, or lack thereof.
The murderer is in his house, and by holding back information that may help my investigation, you only make me suspicious of your involvement. Monsieur Demir, if you continue to withhold information, I can only assume you are hiding something, and must treat you as a prime suspect in the Major's murder.
I have nothing to hide. If you must know, we have not been on the best terms for years now. As I said, we are different people. He does not see the importance of planning for the future, and as much as my parents tried, they could not make him see that. I suppose that is why he sees me as their favorite.
He still believes that now?
I assume so. We barely talk anymore. I was hoping we would be able to sit down and talk and leave the past behind. But this evening has not panned out that way.
Why is his brother even there then?
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
Right, like it doesn't make sense.
Some would say a lot.
Ernesto denies that Cassandra is more than a friend.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
The brothers are suspicious individually, but I cannot see them working together. I have my own opinion of the Major, one that is wiser kept to myself, but I did not expect so many like-minded thinkers. I should think further on what I have heard in my quarters. Talk to Archibald.
My time with the guests is complete, for tonight, at least.
Do you know who killed Major Hagen?
I am afraid it is not as simple as that.
Yeah.
There are many steps that lead to the truth. I must think on everything I have heard this evening and dissect the truths from the lies. Merci for your assistance this evening. Au revoir.
I came here expecting to solve a case of blackmail to relieve a family of a burden that has weighed upon them and overshadowed a joyous celebration. Yeah. I have never been to an engagement celebration where death is taken center stage before. Although the guests' alibis confirm each other's, I still cannot rule out the possibility of one of them being involved in the Major's death. The relationships between some of the guests and the Major were more than rocky. Dislike towards him was plentiful, but enough to drive someone to murder? This is now the perfect opportunity to think about everything I have heard today. I have all the information I need and I must now compile it together and find the most probable culprit.
Another success.
When I first overheard their conversation, it seemed Hugo was trying to get Jackie to listen.
Order and method. This will not get me any. Is there something? I should not be surprised by my own.
The letter she sent protecting Cassandra was threatening indeed, and Jackie seems unable to determine her secret.
I must take a different. Come, my little. Cannot see the logic in. What a revelation.
His history with the Major combined with threats to his well-being definitely show intent.
Order and method. I must act up. Magnifique.
All the guests have at least one other guest to confirm their alibis.
I cannot see the logic. I must act on thought. This will not get me. Things are beginning to be.
Blinded by both love and greed, he may have struck down his opposition. God, that scared me! Who could that be at this time?
Entrez.
Oh.
Detective, I'm sorry I did not join you in the salon as requested.
Please, mademoiselle. There is no need to apologize.
I was with Maman in her room. She would not allow anyone to see it, but I could see she was terribly upset.
Most understandable.
Do you have any suspicions as to who could have killed him?
I'm afraid my suspicions extended across all of the party's guests. While it seems as though their alibis all corroborate one another's, the disdain and hostility towards the Major makes them rife with motive.
I know there was some bad blood between the Major and some of the guests, but not enough to kill him, surely. She may seem tough on the exterior, but she's really quite kind when you get to know her.
The Countess? She is a formidable force I would not want to come up against.
Don't be silly, Detective. She wouldn't hurt a soul. Jacqueline, I mean.
Mademoiselle Conrad, she was in fact the least suspicious until now.
I assume that's who you were talking about, Detective, after what happened between them.
That is
What
a
do you mean?
story I have yet to hear.
She must have told you about the piece she was writing on us, about Gideon's work and our marriage.
No.
Somehow, that was the only thing she did not mention.
That's strange. I thought that is what she would have started the conversation with. Well, she had come to the house to interview me, and when I entered the library, she was there with Felix amid a rather heated conversation.
Ooh.
Do you know what this conversation regarded?
I'm afraid not, but Felix was quite enraged. He picked up an envelope from the table and stormed out, slamming the door behind him.
And Mademoiselle Conrad?
She was equally heated in the moment. She had a few choice words for him that I wouldn't care to repeat.
How is Madame feeling now?
Better, thank you, Detective. She's resting in her room. It is the best place for her.
And you, Mademoiselle?
I'm not quite sure. It is a rather surreal feeling. I did not think I would miss him like I do.
It is understandable. He has been a close friend to your maman for many years.
Yeah,
And
makes
to
sense.
me, Detective, we had grown close. After Father's passing, he was always there for me. And now, he's gone as well.
Oh, that's sad.
You must try and not think on it like that.
It is easier said than done, Detective.
Get a point.
I have no doubt, but you can be assured the culprit will not remain at large for long. You have my word.
If you were in my position, Mademoiselle, who would be at the top of your suspect list?
I'm sorry, but I just can't imagine any of them committing such a heinous crime.
It can often be hard to look past one's personal feelings for someone and see their flaws.
It's not that, Detective. It's just they have known each other for years. Why would any of them act now?
I was under the impression the Major had merely a business relationship with some of the guests.
Yeah, me too.
It's true, but those invited know each other, some of them for years. They may not seem like it, but some are even friends.
Wow.
I should return to my room now, Detective. It has been a trying day for us all.
Yeah.
Oui, mademoiselle. I am afraid tomorrow may bear a resemblance, but I will not stop until I have found his killer.
I am certainly glad you are here, Detective.
When and where a detective is required, that is where I shall be. Bonne nuit, mademoiselle.
I feel like you were like trying to quote like Batman or something. Or, one of the superheroes said something similar to that, and it's just funny. Mademoiselle has left me with an interesting thought, one I had not considered until now. While at first glance the guests do not appear to show much fondness for each other, Mademoiselle is quite sure that is not the case. Perhaps I must consider looking at the guests together and not individually. Interesting.
Order and method. Is there something? Come, my little... I should not be surprised, but...
I doubted Jackie's involvement with the murder, but now I am dubious of her innocence.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
I now have all the motives from the guests. Who was under suspicion?
I must take a different...
I don't know.
I must take a different approach if I am... I cannot see the logic in this. Some would say a lot...
I do not know who I can trust or whose stories I can believe. Are the guests innocent?
This will not get me any... Things are beginning to be...
I now doubt how trustworthy their stories may be. They may well be covering for each other. There is no physical way one of the guests could have killed the Major and returned to the party, unless that is where I am mistaken. It is not one guilty party I should be looking for, rather multiple. Oh no! How could I have not considered that the Major's death was part of a ploy created and executed by more than one of the guests? It came almost as an epiphany following Mademoiselle's Angelin's remark about the guests' shared past. Perhaps Mademoiselle would become the trusted ally that I now sense may be essential to catching the guilty parties. Tonight's questioning was only the beginning. I will allow my suspects to sleep on their stories, and we will see how they fare tomorrow. Perhaps one of those involved will have morals enough to show a glimmer of regret. Considering they may be working together, I cannot be sure who has told the truth and who has attempted to sell me down the... whatever word that is. Perhaps I should sleep on the matter. A good night's sleep will surely bring a new dawn of thinking, and what a better setting to do so than the peaceful falling blanket of snow that surrounds us all. Although it seems not everyone has the same idea. Oh! Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Uh-oh. Chapter 5. The secret. Ooh-hoo-hoo. A restless sleep combined with the image of the eerie figure in the snow has only convoluted what my little gray cells must consider. I should not have expected this to be a simple case. I have been lied to by at least one of the guests. Their alibis will confirm each other's, but I know this is not to be true. Investigate the Major's involvement with the blackmail. How the Major was involved with the blackmail eludes me for now. Once I have confirmed whether he was the author or recipient, I can consider my next step in my investigation. Ooh. Okay. This just got, like, way more... Like, I was thinking it was just one person, but now the fact that it could be multiple people who, like, work together to do it, that is insane. But everybody, this is where I'm going to be ending the stream. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you will be able to join me next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time when I'm going to be continuing Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, the first cases, Chapter 5. But I hope y'all can join me tomorrow when I am going to be playing some online stuff. I'm going to be playing some Call of Duty online. If you guys want, you can follow me on my social media sites. The link to it is down below and in chat. I post on there when I'm going to be going live and what I'm going to be playing. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.